Okay, this is Anthony Emerald here with Frankie Gotz and Terry Wilson, Canadian Awareness Network, talking about hydrofluoric acid and what they think about it, and asking some questions and getting some answers pretty much. Now, first question, what is hydrofluoric acid?
Hydrofluoric acid is an industrial waste byproduct that mainly comes from the phosphate fertilizer industry or the aluminum industry.
Yeah, it is most commonly referred to as fluoride. It is a type of fluoride. There's more than one type of fluoride. Most people don't know this. Hexafluorosilicic acid, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium fluoride, what is it, silicon fluoride?
Sodium silica fluoride.
All types of different names. Basically, it is a ion of the element fluorine.
Fluorine is one of the most reactive substances known to man.
You said hydrofluorosilicic acid, but I just want to make mention fluoride, sodium fluoride was used as an insecticide.
And a rat poison.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Where does hydrofluoric acid come from? Terry made mention of this in the first question. Just give
a detailed explanation.
Yeah.
The main place it comes from is the phosphate fertilizer industries in Florida. They have massive pools of it that just sit out in the open. The truck comes, takes however much it wants, and distributes it to anywhere across North America.
Now, the thing is, before the hydrofluoric acid started being collected by these the companies, the plant, it would leak out into the environment, and all the fluoride would kill the ecology around the plant. Even like cattle would get crippled, the trees would stop growing. So then they started filtering it, and it is in the scrubbers where they filter it is where the hydrofluoric acid is collected. And this stuff is so corrosive that it needs special containers for it, otherwise it will literally eat through anything.
And if you read the Fluoride Deception, they talk about a city called Denora. It's where a big toxic cloud of fluoride was released on a city, and it killed about 17 people, made countless others sick, and it actually jump-started the environmental movement.
Yeah, and also if you want to Google this on in Illinois, America, is that how you say it, Illinois? Sorry, I don't know how to say Illinois in America. There was a spill. Actually, it wasn't just a spill. I read the article. It was the water plant had a backup of hydrofluoric acid, and it leaked into a driveway near the water plant, and it literally started eating through the concrete before it got cleaned up. So that's how corrosive this stuff is. It's very corrosive. It eats through concrete.
It was just before 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon when hazmat crews were called to the Rock Island Water Treatment Plant for a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck.
It's a corrosive agent that the water treatment plant uses, and there was an overflow that caused spillage out from the building onto this driveway behind me.
As plant employees evacuated, crews began suiting up, working quickly to stop the leak that had begun eating through concrete.
And they stopped the leak using some earthen berms with dirt, sand, and some commercial boom equipment, and had it contained pretty much to this facility within a short amount of time.
The chemical hydrofluorosilicic acid is used to add fluoride to the plant's water.
Well, you know, there's a table that shows that was it more poisonous than lead?
Yeah,
just less poisonous than arsenic?
The 1984, a study done in 1984, the Clinical Toxicology of Commercial Products list. I know it's old, I'm sure they have updated ones, but just from what I read, the 1984 Clinical Toxicology of Commercial Products list, fluoride is more poisonous than lead and slightly less poisonous than arsenic.
All right. Okay, next question. Who puts hydrofluoric acid in Hamilton's tap water?
Well, it's a municipal issue, so it's the city council, the city hall.
Yeah.
Anywhere that fluoridates their water, it's a local issue.
It's a local issue, but isn't there some type of power that strives for all municipalities to fluoridate their water? I actually never really looked at the statutes and acts regulating water fluoridation.
There isn't really any federal or provincial
sure?
acts. There are guidelines. Health Canada puts out a guideline that they approve of it. Same with the Ontario Dental Association. They approve of it and they push for it, but there's no real acts.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, I do know for a fact the individual that gives the go on putting hydrofluoric acid in Hamilton, her name is Elizabeth Richardson. public health officer. So,
and any future public health officer or any past public health officer has done the same.
yes.
Okay, next question. Why do they put hydrophilic acid in the tap water?
Oh, well, they say it's good for your teeth, when in reality we know it's just toxic waste disposal.
Yeah. Well, if I'll elaborate on that. If you're asking why, the reason why they put it in, this is their reason. They say, okay, well, since they put sodium fluoride, that's what, pharmaceutical grade?
Pharmaceutical grade.
Well, they put pharmaceutical grade fluoride into the toothpaste, right? When you apply that as a topical treatment to teeth, like I said, it's so toxic, it's more toxic than lead. It kills all bacteria in contact. So when you put a pea-sized amount on a toothbrush and you brush your teeth with it, yes, it's totally effective at fighting cavities. Now the government is using this reason to put it in the water. They're saying it's helping people have stronger teeth. Well, studies have shown that it's the total opposite. You put fluoride in the water and kids are getting dental fluorosis, and that's a scientific and dental fact. Like, dental fluorosis is caused from fluoride. Like, even the city of Hamilton acknowledges that. So, so the reason why they put it in is, yeah, for the teeth, they say, but
too many studies have shown that it's not effective on preventing tooth decay. The most recent in Canada was done by Stats Canada, was published in the Globe and Mail. It compared different provinces, and it showed no difference between Ontario and Quebec. Quebec only fluoridates 3% of their population. Ontario fluoridates 70%. There was literally 0.06% difference in tooth surface. Now remember, tooth surface, each tooth has 5 surfaces. So that's 5 surfaces for every tooth in your mouth. And it said it had an effect on 0.06 of a tooth surface. Better in Ontario than Quebec.
yeah. And many studies have shown also when fluoride is ingested, low as 1 parts per million. Parts per million means, for instance, if there was...
Say there was 1 million parts of water in a glass of water, it'd be 1 part.
Yeah. So as low as 1 parts per million, it shows that it lowers IQ levels in what, 24 peer-reviewed studies?
Yep. 24 peer-reviewed studies have shown that fluoride lowers IQ of children. You can get that on the Fluoride Action Network.
Also, it has shown that it soaks up through the bones, and that's one reason why it goes into the teeth, because it soaks into the bones and it goes into your teeth. And once it soaks into the bones, that's when you start getting things like arthritis at the age of 30, 40. You start developing osteoporosis, which is holes in your tiny microscopic holes in your bones, and which means when you got osteoporosis, I could come punch you as hard as I can in the arm, and there's actually you're vulnerable for me to break your arm because your bones are weak. What else? What else does it do? Oh, yeah, it affects. It can do birth defects. Has happened, but that's with high doses, like 5 parts per million, not 1 part. You know, stuff like that. But
it's also been shown to lower reproductive system.
Yeah, it does one thing. It damages DNA. Also, it attacks the hypothalamus, a part in your brain that controls emotion. So, heck, you're even more vulnerable to be manipulated at that point if you drink water, like tap water, from like, say, you're born till you're 50. You're going to be pretty slow.
Yeah, well, it makes you docile. That's why the drug Prozac is 94.8% fluoride.
So what do you think about fluoride in the water?
Well, I think it's part of eugenics. It's depopulation.
Well, define eugenics.
Eugenics is where they are getting rid of what they see as subhumans, the elite. We're not as good as them. They're trying to create their master race, something like what Hitler tried to do. Fluoride in the water is a part of that. It's not going to kill you if you drink it. But
it's like cigarettes. It's like smoking cigarettes. You know, smoking a pack of smoke's not going to kill you, but it has some effects on your health, whether it's minor or not. Same with the fluoride. You know, it has an effect on your health. People think that anti-fluoride activists are going around and saying, "Oh, don't drink fluoride. It's poison. It's going to kill you." No, no, no. You got it all wrong. We're saying You drink fluoride your whole life, you're gonna have arthritis, you're gonna have cancer, you're gonna be slow in the head, you're gonna have all types of problems. That's what we're saying. So get the facts straight.
Problems, all sorts of stuff. So I mean, and that's the thing, is even if it only affects 1 out of every 10 people,
it's not worth it.
That, I mean, that's eugenics. You know, you're only hitting a certain part of the population, and they have things for the other 9 people. You know, it also increases aluminum uptake into the system.
Yeah, so
It breaks the blood-brain barrier. Aluminum on its own cannot get to your brain. You throw fluoride into the mix, it tricks the blood-brain barrier and allows that aluminum into your brain.
and that's another problem, kind of off topic, but you guys, anybody watching this, should definitely YouTube chemtrails. It's I'm not going to get into it because it's off topic, but basically the government is proposing to, and they are doing it right now, geoengineering. It's they're putting metallic oxides into the atmosphere to fight global warming. But yeah, so those white lines in the sky that turn into artificial clouds, that's aluminum. So now you're drinking the fluoridated water, and now you're breathing in aluminum. It's killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
And what does aluminum usually do to the brain? Cause Alzheimer's. And what's on a massive increase in our population right now? Alzheimer's.
So what do you think? Why do you think they put it in?
What is it? Eugenics.
Eugenics. I would have to agree 100% eugenics, and it has to do with dumbing us down basically and keeping us unhealthy. It's a conspiracy with the pharmaceutical companies because it's all interconnected. This whole thing is all interconnected. The banks, the pharmaceutical companies, the politics, the media, and you know, it's all interconnected to these greedy elite that are at the top, and yeah, they are dumbing us down and making us sick, so it's easier to control us and
Killing us off.
Check out Georgia Guidestones.
Says it all.